We all have problems with self-confidence from time to time, and this can be more pronounced at certain times of our lives. Some of the situations that people with self-esteem problems often experience are constant self-criticism. Lack of self-confidence makes you constantly question your own behavior and achievements. The criticisms you make as a result of this questioning can further undermine your self-confidence. Avoiding risk-taking. People with self-confidence problems find it difficult to have the courage to try something new or take risks. Feelings of fear and uncertainty become a powerful barrier to people achieving their potential success. Waiting for other people's approval. Being overly dependent on the approval of others harbors thoughts that you don't care about your own ideas and that you are not successful enough. Judging your own worth only through the eyes of others will lead you into a cycle of unfulfillment in the long run. Hypersensitivity to criticism. People who lack self-confidence are hypersensitive to the criticism they receive. They cannot question the realism of these criticisms because they do not see themselves as successful enough. This can make them feel even worse about themselves, further undermining their self-esteem. Insensitivity to own needs. Neglecting your own needs and constantly focusing on the needs of others are important indicators of low self-esteem. A sense of one's own worthlessness creates an insensitivity to one's needs. It is important to recognize your own value and do something to protect it. There are times when we experience some of these symptoms. Which of these do you experience? And let's discuss in the comments how you overcome it. So, what should we do if we have these symptoms? Are we going to have these problems forever? Let's answer all these questions. If you are still not subscribed to the channel, you can stop the video and subscribe. Before we can eliminate a problem, we need to know its causes. But before we get to the reasons, let's talk about the concept of self-confidence. What is self-confidence? Self-confidence refers to the belief in one's own abilities, worth, and capacity. This comes with an inner sense of confidence and determines the individual's ability to cope with challenges in life. This is a fundamental element that makes many successes possible. And why is it important? A self-confident individual is more motivated to achieve their goals, and that makes success more possible, more capable of communicating effectively and expressing emotional needs. Self-confidence strengthens the ability to cope with stress. It makes you more resilient in the face of adversity. Confidence in oneself leads to confidence in the person with whom one is in a relationship and helps to build healthy bonds. So why don't we have these qualities? Maybe we have it, but we think we don't have it only because we deny this fact. Here are the possible causes of lack of self-confidence. Childhood experiences. We all have hurtful events in our childhood. Negative experiences in childhood are one of the main causes of lack of self-confidence. A critical family environment, consistently unmet needs, or lack of support in dealing with failure all affect an individual's self-confidence. Over-criticism. Constant criticism, especially focusing on your mistakes instead of receiving positive feedback, can undermine self-confidence. This causes the individual to question their self-worth and lose confidence in themselves. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is the fear of not trying new things or taking risks in order to avoid harsh criticism. The greatest enemy of the potential in us is this fear. Social pressures. The society we live in determines the way we behave and think. The pressures felt to meet certain standards of society have increased, especially with the influence of social media. These pressures can affect an individual's self-confidence in self-actualization and in asserting his or her natural right to make mistakes. Inner criticism. Harsh criticism, does not always come from outside. We can often be more cruel to ourselves. Think about the criticism you have been harshly giving yourself. If you did this to a friend, would they keep in touch with you? Over-focusing on these harsh inner criticisms leads to negative thought patterns, which in turn undermine self-esteem. Remember that everyone is living their own journey, and you have to take a step to find your own value. So how can we improve our self-confidence? This is a skill that requires a process, and everyone develops at their own pace. Here are some ways to boost self-confidence. Start with small goals. Expectations of great success put pressure on us. This pressure is a significant barrier to success. A small goal creates a smaller pressure. Achieving this small goal and then making it bigger can increase your self-confidence step by step. Celebrate your own achievements. Recognize and value your achievements, small or big. Every success is a step towards building your self-confidence. Celebrate your achievements by setting yourself rewards. Positive inner speech. Our inner speech is a rehearsal of our communication with people. Positive self-talk can strengthen self-confidence by eliminating negative thoughts. Have new experiences. Trying new things, taking paths not traveled before, reduces the fear of failure and increases your self-confidence. Communicate with others. Interacting with other people improves your social skills. Improvements in different areas will also increase your self-confidence. Leave the past behind. Have you made mistakes in the past? Or have you failed? Is it only you? We have all made these mistakes. Even those people you think are perfect have made these mistakes. Either you can't sleep at night thinking about the mistakes you made, or you can see the past as a learning opportunity and focus on the future. Remember, every day is a new beginning. Believing in yourself. Why do you think you are different from successful people? Aren't there people around you who you think are not talented but who are successful? If they can succeed without talent, why can't you? Believe in yourself, discover your potential. This is the only way to create the life you dream of. And since you are still here, you are determined to initiate change. You can share your experiences with us in the comments. Your liking the video will also be very helpful for my self-confidence. Keep improving until the next video.